when you go out and you go into a store, right, and you sliding your credit card through, the store is sliding their credit card through, it's on a Z-Series platform. When you go and your parents or you are making an airline reservation, it's on a Z-Series platform. It's still the heart, not just at Verizon, but to me, in American business, period. In today's world, availability is extremely important from a customer base for your businesses, having your systems there 24/7.
How important is enterprise computing to Verizon?
Verizon's main billing systems are still on the Z-Series platform, you know, the heart and soul of the company.
What would you tell a college-level student like myself to help them make a decision as to whether studying enterprise computing would be right for them?
I would tell them that I believe that there's going to be a job market out there. There's definitely, what we're finding is the studies I've seen is that most people that work in the industry have 20 plus years. So there's going to be coming a point where those people are going to be retiring. For example, I have 15 people that report to me. Out of those 15, 9 of them have 30 plus years of service. So I always have this fear that people will be walking out, as I use the term, walking out the door at the same time. So we need to prepare ourselves to be in a position when and if that happens to have, adequate, people right behind in order to handle that.
Would there be a security compromise if there were a shortage of people in enterprise computing?
I guess the biggest thing you have to worry about is fix problems quicker. I mean, one of the parts when I first got into my job was this idea of to be able to recover, to put yourself in a position to recover, and if there is a problem, to get out of that problem as quickly as possible. So if you don't have the skills there, you may see that when there is a problem, that your outages could be longer, how quickly we can respond to a problem situation, and you may be dealing with situations because the skills aren't there that, systems could be down longer.
What can colleges and universities do to address this need to fill future IT jobs?
When I got into IT, a lot of companies actually did training, their own training. I actually was a communications major and actually was able to take a test, I guess, and was able to then take a 6-month course that was supported at the time by New York Telephone that allowed me to get into computer programming. Those type of things aren't around anymore. Realistically, you really need the skill sets to come out of the universities just to have the basics. There is a skill shortage out there, and we feel that just having the basic skills, because a lot of your training is actually going to be on-the-job training, but you want that basic understanding of what enterprise computing is, or even the term, mainframe.
What is the best way to teach enterprise computing?
To actually work on a Z-Series system, to work on a mainframe platform, to see how it works. Because, I think students are they'll get bored easy just reading a textbook. I guess the bottom line is hands-on.
Did you know mainframe computers handle 70% of the world's corporate data?
I never heard that.
What separates enterprise computing people from other IT professionals?
I would say structure. A person that works on large systems has a very structured, attention to detail type of thinking. Everything is very rigid, because if you cause a problem on a large system, you're not affecting one user, you could be affecting thousands of users. And again, the beauty of large systems is to allow multiple applications or multiple subsystems to exist in one, as we call, like, logical partition or one CPU. So if there is a problem, it causes not just pain to one application, it can cause pain to many applications. So what you want to be is you need a person that's going to be structured, and attention to detail is very important.
We all know that we're going through a recession right now, and there was this broadcast the other day, and it mentioned that there were some recession-proof jobs, and 3 IT ones came up. There was networking, software engineering, and mainframe computing. Would you agree with that statement?
I feel at this point, the way the economy is, nothing is recession-proof. However, I do feel that they have a stronger possibility of getting a job there based on, again, this idea that a lot of people think that the mainframe's going away or the Z-Series is going away. It's absolutely not going away. It's here now, it's here in the future.
I've heard of some students expressing concerns that enterprise computing jobs are mostly offshored. How would you react to that statement?
You can't offshore every job. And what I mean by that, there are security concerns, right? I mean, you have highly sensitive data. The jobs that are offshore are actually done at the development level. IT or computing is just not developing programs and writing programs. There are a lot of other jobs out there from a support point of view. You need some type of accountability. If somebody was to do something malicious in a foreign country, you would not necessarily have the ability to go after them from a legal point of view. But if somebody does something malicious on shore, you can then actually have them arrested, whatever. But that's why, I guess, where I want to emphasize here is I just do not picture that all IT jobs are going to be offshore. To me, it's impossible. I believe there are security concerns, and especially after, in the 9/11 era, I just do not picture that.
Did you know, in 42 years of service, the IBM System Z has never had a virus?
I didn't know that.
What can the enterprise computing community do to help Verizon?
To let students know that there is a viable platform out there. So by having this website up and encouraging other industry professionals out there and hopefully encouraging students to join this enterprise community, they can actually see that there is actually this viable platform out there that there's a need for.
Marist College will actually be hosting a national ECC conference this June. What enterprise computing issues would you like to have addressed at this conference?
In search of the 21st century systems programmer. I think that should be the main theme, that there is this need, that we have to get people involved, and that there are jobs out there, that this platform is here to stay and it's not going anywhere.
If a student becomes involved with an IT job, what should they be expecting?
I think what they have to be ready for is a lot of responsibility. You may be expected to work, I don't want to say 24/7, but the idea here is that you potentially could be on call 24/7. I carry a pager. It's on my nightstand at every night because, as we emphasized, availability is very important. You can also probably expect that you're probably going to be working some weekends, and hopefully I'm not scaring anybody off from taking these jobs, but those are some of the things that they can expect. That you will have a lot of responsibility and a lot of people will be depending on you.
So what's the upside of having an IT job?
As a young person going out there and having, this type of responsibility, to me, I would find, very self-satisfying, in the sense of that, I'm running one of the largest Z-series platforms in the world. And you could take that skills and a lot of other things. Again, as I say, you're looking for people with structure, attention to detail. I mean, to me, I think if you can go and work for a firm like that, you can carry that anywhere.